Alright, it is a beautiful morning here at I am here to show you guys some tools. It is going to be a Tech Tip and Tool Tuesday. That's how we're going to call this, I suppose. This particular episode is going to be a little bit special to me. It is specifically mostly dedicated towards you, the subscriber, the ones that are subscribed to my channel currently. If you are not subscribed, feel free to check out some of my other stuff. Subscribe if you want. If not, it doesn't really matter to me. It's your choice ultimately. If you are subscribed, you have been watching and you've probably subscribed due to one particular video that went like micro-viral, I guess I'll call it, and it was about the displacement on demand. The displacement on demand video was a Tahoe that I had worked on, for those of you who don't know, and this particular Tahoe was kind of a specialty situation where I saved people tons of money. And basically what it was is I was able to fix a very, very common problem, and that problem is due to a collapsed lifter situation. Now, for those guys out there, you saw me use this push rod in that video, and I had to custom grind the size of the shaft. I had to custom grind the end to give it a specialty fit. I've had several requests for this tool. One person even told me, she subscribed actually, so if you're listening, she told me she'd pay as much as $50. I'm sure a lot of people would pay as much as that to get the tool. Obviously that's not really practical. I mean, it's not worth $50. I mean, I'd be robbing people if I tried charging that much. So what I'm going to offer is, if you people do want this tool, if you are looking for this particular type of tool, I will make a custom one if I get enough requests for it. So I've had 3 requests so far, 2 in the last week. What I'm thinking is I'm going to take and make one out of brass. If I make these, I'm thinking about offering them for like probably $25 to start with here, and I'll probably just put it on my eBay account or something. Otherwise, maybe per request for first with the video. So let me know down in the comments below what you think I should do as far as this tool goes. I can easily make a custom one. It'll cost me probably $15 to make, so I'd have a little bit of profit in there. Not too much, but enough to make it worth my while if I make 20 or 30 of them, you know what I mean? So I'm willing to bet 300 of you subscribers, I'm at just over 500 now, but about 300 of you are from just that video involving this. So that is why this is kind of a subscriber-based thing. On top of that, I have a little bit of an announcement. I am going to be kind of advertising differently. So a lot of YouTubers now have done this technique as well, and basically it's using other companies and they promote that company and they make money off that promotion. So like a lot of them will promote some app on a phone, others will promote some business like Amazon, for instance, and that's kind of the route I'm going to take. Now the monetizing on YouTube, I need more subscribers for that. So I need 1,000 subscribers. I'm already almost to the watch time that's required to get the monetization. But what I'm going to do with the monetization is I'm going to make you, the subscribers, the ones that are subscribed to my channels, the videos that you are watching, I will try not to take those type of videos and advertise them. The ones that go to become semi-viral, like that displacement on demand video where people are just watching from natural YouTube boosting that particular one, those ones I'll throw a little bit of monetization on them when the time comes. But for you, I want to avoid all those commercials. So what I'm going to do instead is look below in the description, and the tools I am about to show you are linked down below, and those links will bring you to Amazon in this particular video. In the future, there might be other companies that will also be able to work for. So in a way, this video is sponsored and brought to you by Amazon. So what I want to do is go over some tools, okay? I have 3 tools today. We're going to cover 3, and these are some of my favorite tools that, like this one in particular, is my absolute lifesaver when it comes to specific scenarios, and I don't use it very often, but when I do, oh, it is so nice to have. And this is a seal kit. Now this guy, you can see it's got a whole bunch of pieces in here, okay? And we have, these are different installers, and these things kind of go all together. Say there's a shaft sticking through or behind here, and you have a bolt hole that you need to match up to. This will match the bolt, then you can thread the bolt, and the bolt will put the seal in, like if it's a cam seal or something. Okay, so there's the installer portion of it. There's also these guys here to say you need to get it way out because there's a big crank sticking through there. I mean, this fits any size too. So you get all kinds of different sizes here. These things are awesome. This toolkit is really awesome. And then of course you still have this, and you can still put your bushing on there. So you have your seal installer of anything that's in the relative size range. Now there's a lot of seals, like large rear main seals, that this does not work for to install. But as far as the smaller seals, camshafts and the front crank seal, those seals can usually be installed with this kit, along with removed with the kit's designed removal. So you have this guy here, and this guy has 2 different sets of arms here, long and short. And these little arms, they're designed to go behind the seal, catch it, and then you put this guy on there, like so, and you pull the seal out by threading this against the shaft that goes in there. So that is extremely nice to have, and a lot of times I find myself using these without that bracket. Slide it in behind the seal, and then say the crank stub or the cam stub is sticking out the end, I'll put a pliers, like a needle nose pliers, one of those really long ones, and I'll fork it along this like that, and then the shaft that's sticking out here, I use it as a prying point, and I pry and it'll pull the seal out. So that works really well. So yeah, this is one of my favorite kits. I'll link this in the description below. Alright, this tool is pretty cool too. This exhaust expander, I mentioned it in a previous video, I'm pretty sure. Now this expander, we have a couple different collars. Okay, and all these collars can fit. Now, I've bought a lot of expanders and worked with a lot of expanders. I mean, I haven't purchased them, but I've worked with a lot of them because all the different shops I worked in had some form of an expander, and they usually had the one you get at like a Napa or something. And those ones at Napa, they work, kind of, not really. Those expanders, you're reefing the hell. I mean, you're blah with the impact gun. You're just blasting it as hard as you can, and it can usually bring the pipe back to its normal roundness and normal size, but expanding it is almost impossible. This tool can actually expand it. When it comes to steel pipe, it can stretch it pretty decent. When it comes to stainless steel, it's a little tough. It will heat it up quite a bit. There's a bearing right here, and this bearing, I actually had a couple sparks fly out of it the one day. So it's still working fine. It's still in good shape. Don't get me wrong. But it did seem like it got a little hot and a little overworked the one time. I lubed it up really good because it was getting pretty rough. It does come with a little lube. Comes with a little grease packet as well. So that's kind of nice of them to consider sending the grease. They're basically saying, hey, be sure to lube the dang thing. So there's that. Then there's these collars. Now, these guys are all aluminum, so they can probably get bent or damaged pretty easily if you're not careful with them, because this steel collar has such a large diameter bolt, it will probably wreck things. So keep that in mind if you're using this. Link in the description below, and if you click on that link, it helps me out, obviously. Now, the last tool is a little bit more for the more serious technicians or the new technicians that want to do this as a lifestyle. I know some of you are in here watching these videos for the more involved things that you want to learn about. Here's the little dongle. Here's the scanner. I have this Autel scanner. Now, for any of you who are familiar with scan tools, you might think to yourself, oh my gosh, he's got an Autel. Oh, end of the world. It's not as bad as you think. I've used the Snap-on. I've used the Launch scan tools. I've used several different company scan tools. So I've tried a lot of different scanners. All of them work. They all have their little pluses and minuses. The Snap-on one, for instance, their hardware sucks usually. They're getting better. They're catching up slowly, but it's like a Harley-Davidson motorcycle to a crotch rocket. Harley-Davidsons are still just total slosh buckets, gutless turds on the road that are scary and don't have much handling for twice the price of a crotch rocket, which can just completely destroy it in every category imaginable. But the people that buy them go for the look or whatever. I don't know, that's their thing. I'm not discriminating. If you have a Harley, that's your choice. Ultimately, that's your choice. I'm just saying, as far as spec sheet to spec sheet, and then price to price, that's basically the comparison I'm going for here. So, this Autel versus the Snap-on. Now, the Snap-on does have a few large benefits as far as the scanner goes, but the price is way out there, and I'm not going for that. What I want to get is the guys who are budget-minded like myself. If you guys are, this Autel is a great, absolutely phenomenal scanner for general use. Now, if you're specific to BMW or Ford, you might want to avoid this scanner. I'm going to warn you up front. They do not have very good terms as far as how their software gets along with BMW or Ford. They work on Fords, but Ford diesels, they're having a lot of trouble with, and some of the Ford specialty things that they do, they're having a little bit of trouble with. Otherwise, the rest of the vehicles, the scanner is pretty awesome for. Snap-on definitely has a niche there, but is it worth the 3 times price tag? I don't know. This particular unit, we have diagnostic, data management, all kinds of crap in here. Now, this is the MS906TS. Now, the reason I got this one, when I went to a tool show, I purchased this one, and the reason I chose this one was because it has a tire system monitor built into it. You see this little thing in the corner here? There's a little tire picture, and there's a little tire pressure sensor in the corner of this thing. The cool thing with this scanner is you can hit TPMS on it. I'll just pick a random card. So, here we have the loadout for the tire pressure monitor. Now you can see I have front left, front right, right rear, right left, or right left. Wow. Front left, front right, rear left. We have all the tires. We have a little picture here. And the cool thing with this software is, unlike the Snap-on standalone unit, I've used that one as well, this thing will actually tell you, so it'll tell you what the temperature is, if the sensor, of course, has the ability to give you that info. It'll tell you the pressure, the frequency, the temperature, and the battery. Now, the Snap-on one will tell you the pressure and usually the frequency before you get into it, and that's about it. They usually don't tell you battery unless it's dead. Now, this one will actually tell you a little bit of info. It'll tell you low or battery full or whatever. Now, it gives you more info. It gives you more options. Plus, you can use the dongle that comes with it to program it. You don't have to have a bunch of separate crap. I don't know if Snap-on has stepped up their game yet. I think they have. I think they have a new unit that can do it. But they're always behind the tech. I mean, this is like, you pick this thing up at Napa or Amazon type scanner. I keep referring to the Snap-on scanner because I'm trying to keep a consistent comparison, because I know a lot of people have Snap-on scanners. If you have a Snap-on, you're thinking about veering away from Snap-on, this is an okay option, but if you can afford it, keep the Snap-on and go with this. If the Snap-on is busting your balls and budget, go with this thing. That's what I did. It's not that bad, and if you don't use it that often, or if you're in a shop and somebody else has a Snap-on scanner, definitely get away from the Snap-on and go with this thing. That way you have more than one in the shop. You can always solve more problems more efficiently if you have more options and ways to do it. Again, link in description. There's the coverage on that. So my new approach, all those links below that I mentioned, they are linked to my account. It's called an associate program through Amazon, and there's a lot of companies that offer it. I guess Target offers it, a few other places. But I just went to the Amazon one because it's the most popular and easiest one for me to find tools on. I'm going to be doing more later. But what it is you click on that link, It brings you to Amazon, the particular item that you choose the link for. When you choose them items, even if you don't buy that item, if you stay linked on that Amazon from my link and you go to, say, pick another item, even if you buy something completely off the wall, say you go and buy some kind of gold coin for $1,200, okay? I'm not saying you're going to, but if you bought something crazy expensive as that scanner, I mean the scanner's expensive, I get a portion of that purchase, which is really nice and really going to help me out. The program is really cool. So you click on the link, and because you were brought to Amazon from me, I get a portion of whatever you bought within that. I think it's a 24-hour window that cookie attaches to your computer and says, hey, Crazed Performance Repair brought you here, so this guy gets a portion of the profit. So whatever you buy, if you have anything in your cart now, and I believe this will work, if you have anything in your cart now that you're about to buy already, click on my link. Go to your cart after you click on my link and purchase the item that's already in there. I think that will even work. That's how cool this program is. From the sounds of it, that even works. So if you like these videos I'm bringing you and you support what I'm doing, support me by going down below and helping me out that way. That's the best thing I could offer for giving me some assistance. These videos cost me a lot of time and energy to make. I knew it was going to be difficult, but oh, does it consume some time. I mean, you would not believe how much time this consumes. It's just absolutely insane. Another couple things I'm possibly planning is a Q&A. So if you have any questions for me, leave them down below. If I have enough questions built up, I'm going to probably do a sit-down just like this, and I'll answer your questions. I'll shout out to you, put the question, maybe I'll do a screenshot of the question in the corner of the screen or something, and I'll answer the question for you. Hopefully we can keep Tech Tip and Tool Tuesday going, because I want to come up with some standards. If you noticed, on Fridays I've been doing performance car stuff, so maybe that'll be like a fast car Friday or something. Some kind of little catchy phrase, you know. I got to come up with something. I'm trying to make this YouTube thing work, and hopefully the more of you I get, the better it'll work. So stay tuned. I will keep improving this channel as best as I can. And with that, I'm out.